assuming all this is. Alright. Let's figure RDM facing cam. This one. Why insists on doing that shit. There we are. Bam. Alright. And I don't know where Jeff is.
I love the new dice thing, eh?
The new live dice?
Yeah, directly within D&D Beyond. They did a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a guy here on Friday last week. He was testing it out. And he was literally just stacking up as many dice as he could roll at once. Yeah, sorry about the squeak sound, by the way, Derek. Brute, eh? Anyway, oh, actually, I have no idea which mic this is tuned to, come to think of it. And I have no idea which mic is coming through for you. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right.
It's just very loud when you drag the stool across the cement floor.
Yeah, no, fair enough. And actually, I gotta undo this.
It didn't help that I forgot to turn the volume down on my headset.
We can do that so that other people can hear me clearly too. There's a whole lot of set piece to clean up here.
Yeah.
Alright, so little by little. But yeah, no, I was working right up until just a moment ago. So I really didn't have any chance to do any sort of prep work prior. Been a few weeks since our last session. Does everybody remember where we left off? We were just outside.
Yeah. I can't remember. Were we just before getting to the other side of the walkway, or were we just heading back? I can't remember.
You guys had just faced off against a bunch of drow that had showed up.
Heading back, right?
This would be while you guys were heading back, yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember what we were doing in there.
It has been a while.
Yeah.
We're just waiting on Jeff to jump in here, wherever he's at.
Hello.
Oh, what am I doing? What goes in there? What goes in there?
Okay.
Just looking through the stuff that I have in my inventory, like half of this shit is probably stuff that could have been used to solve various puzzles.
Hmm.
But I just pick it up because it's shiny and I forget I have it.
I take it back to town and forget I have it, and then it's like, what the hell was that item meant to be? 8 sessions later.
Happens to the
I
best
probably
of
have
us.
occasionally I just purge my inventory of that stuff. It's like, well, I don't know what it was meant to be, so man. But I now have a cloak, supple and thin leather with silver clasps.
Yep. And then
And some family medallions. A large tome dwarven that weighs 5 pounds.
is that the one of Book of Songs, Games, and Honor?
I don't know. Just says large tome dwarven.
Okay. Probably not that then. I have the
And a
full.
scroll of cure mass wounds if you guys ever actually managed to get your asses beat in a fight.
Gotcha.
I'm definitely looking forward to getting physical sessions happening again. Been a while.
I don't think I took half of the shit that's on here. I think this is just what was potential loot.
So some of you got level 5 on the last session, right? I guess we're waiting anyway. 'Cause you didn't get
I
rest.
didn't. I'm still waiting on it. It was like first session that I played with you guys, we got like almost 1,000 XP, and then every session since it's been less and less and less and less. We've been fighting more difficult things, but getting less XP.
Yeah.
last two
Consistency.
sessions
The
was all
checkpoints. The checkpoint system, yeah. I don't know. Especially the first, like, we literally powered to level 3 so quick, it was hilarious. Because it's only like 900 or 1,000 experience to get to level 3, it's kind of silly. Like the first, level 1 to 2 is like 300. So you basically, that will almost happen in your first session if it's a good session.
Okay, so what I have is the 4 books of elemental golems.
I think I missed that.
That was in the very first room when we dropped down into the library.
Okay, yeah. Julie is there. Are we just waiting for somebody?
Yeah, we're waiting on Jeff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Then I have the.
So what you're saying is I have time to grab wine.
Yeah, by all means, do your thing, dude.
There's always time to grab alcohol. I have the book of sword sharpening.
He might be still sitting on the floor. I don't know.
Book of song, games, and honor.
What's up, buddy?
Mm-hmm.
Sapphire Eye and Ruby Eye.
Is my lighter out here? It's not.
£10 bar of platinum, a 10-pound bar of ebony, and 2 10-pound bars of electrum.
Nice. That's a lot of electrum.
Yeah. Somebody else has the other one. I have 1 spider silk cloak in my pack. Just picking up. 4 unknown scrolls and 4. The 4 books, I don't think they were named. There were 4 scrolls and 4 books in the safe behind the wall that shot
Yeah.
the shit out of me.
Ha ha. Yeah.
I think I just took those and put them in the pack. Since
Yeah,
we
Morrissey's
were
place
kind
kinda
of in a
sucks.
hurry.
Yeah, so I'm like completely on the fence whether, like, how to optimize as I go into the next couple levels, like whether to go more bard, more sorcerer.
What's your end goal for the build? Like being able to do more control spells, or
Well, that's the funny thing. I was really into the idea of like blaster plus the mobility thing with that, but the fact we're not really very coordinated because of the remote thing, we haven't really gotten as much value out of my okay, everybody shifts ability as I was expecting, and basically like more levels of sorcerer doesn't really help me all that much because a lot of the spells scale with slot anyway.
Right, there it is.
Not as well, but
yeah, the only advantage to going sorcerer is more sorcery points for stuff like twin haste.
well, in level 2 or 3 spells, there's a couple choice ones that really scale well.
Oh,
Yeah. But the other thing is my next level in Bard gives me my 2 ability points.
Sure.
Or feet. And that's
Right.
in and of
This is
itself
what this
a
was.
valuable
That's where that
level.
was.
Yeah. If you're wanting more blaster spells, then sorcerer is really the only way to get them, because bard you can take them as your magic secrets, but
Yeah.
since you didn't go lower, then you're not going to get that until you get to 10.
You got to realize, as far as spell selection, I've also got the entire cleric library to choose from.
Well, up for just for the levels that you have in sorcerer, though, which would be just the
Minimal right now, yes.
It's so much easier to hear you now that you have a mic, brother.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You're audible as opposed to not.
Oh,
Yeah,
was it bad off my tablet?
It was
Was that
really
using that
bad.
thing
It
for
was-
work
it
meetings
was-
and stuff?
Terrible compared to what you are now. You are
Oh,
audible.
Having the mic
Beautiful.
4 feet away from you, never a good idea.
Okay. It's worked fine.
I don't know. It
work
works for me.
Yeah, and it's one of those where you can hear them and you can make out what they're saying, but when there are other people talking and when
You get lost. Yeah, you get lost in the noise.
yeah.
This is the first time I've used my work headset in like 6 months.
Seriously?
Oh yeah, I never use this damn thing.
How's it feel?
Terrible.
Good. That's how it's supposed to feel.
Do you know what I think
No,
of every time? Every time I think of a headset,
Your earphones suck balls.
just
Oh, yeah.
there'll be one person in this group that appreciates this, but since the first time I heard it till now, still every time I think of a headset, I think, "Hello, this is Boba Fett, your Time Life operator."
Mm.
That has stuck with me now for how old am I? Long fucking
Wow.
time. Don't ask me why. I don't know why, but it has. To this fucking day.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so I grabbed the Oculus Quest a couple weeks ago. Oh my god, there's like so much stuff and it's so fucking awesome. Like just self-contained headset.
Yeah, you were telling me about it. I've already had my excitement, so I'm spent on the notion. But feel free to tell the others.
But yeah, should hang out one of these days, play Akron or.
No, I'd like to
Whatever.
check that out. I'd like to check out Alex actually, Half-Life 2 Alex. That is what I
I've
want to
thought
see.
about it. I'm kind of waiting on that one going on sale, but
Fuck, I'll buy it
as
for
far
you.
as like hanging out and doing party stuff, I don't know if you'd be down for Sunday. Jules?
Possibly. I feel like I have something. Maybe I have nothing. Maybe that was you actually that I was thinking of for Sunday.
No, I messaged Chris. He thought he might be good for Sunday, so.
Yeah, cool. I don't have anything planned for Sunday, so buzz me up.
All right, talk to you later.
Right on. Okay, so if you recall last session, actually, does anybody else care to regale, or shall I explain where you were?
Probably better if you do it.
I'm interested. Does anyone remember?
No. I remember we were in danger. That's about it.
Yeah.
Indeed. But from whom?
Drow, I think.
That's correct.
Mm.
Now, where were you?
Wow.
Where were you when the drow showed up?
We were just leaving somewhere after doing something that I can't remember.
Somewhere after something.
We were crossing back from the it was like a
Oh dear God.
separate building in the other dimension where we acquired the Dark Firelight, right?
Correctamundo.
Oh my God, I have one
Oh,
spell.
now I remember. Yeah.
I remember the what's his face. The elf has the other book. And we need to get it back from before we leave.
Oh my God.
About that.
How out of gas is you guys? Because oh my God, I'm down to one spell slot.
Well, I mean, I'm a moon druid, so short rest, I get everything back.
Mm.
And we had just taken a short rest before we went across, so I'm good.
Did we? Oh, I don't think I wrote that down.
Were you here last session? Last
Yes,
session?
I was.
Yeah,
Pretty
you
sure
were.
I was.
That's right. Yeah, you were here. You were here. That's right.
I had endless technical problems. By the way, I basically said fuck it and just installed Zoom on my work computer.
Good man.
Hey!
Good man. Are you actually on your work computer right now?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
so hopefully it won't crash over and over again.
Hope is for religions.
This is is Jeff. He was just asking if we were playing.
Yeah, but I'm an ASMR, so I'm big on that, so.
Sorry, so who was asking if we're still playing?
No, I mean Jeff. Oh, I'm trying to figure out where the hell Jeff went because he was posting in Skype like
Yeah, he's at the bottom.
902.
He's in. He's in the chat.
John,
Oh, he is.
hi.
Change your video view so you can see everybody, yo.
Oh, there.
Yeah, I see everyone.
Yeah, that'd be why.
Mhm.
Yeah, I noticed the top thing at the bar at the top only showed the first 4.
All right. So,
Okay, there. Now I can see it. Never mind.
cool. Yeah, again, you'll have to excuse me for the lack of prep this time around. I was literally working right up till 5 to 7, so we had to get a thing coded up and figured and blah blah blah. And so the boss was actually relying on me to get it done there. So literally, we were just sitting on the call, going back and forth. Does it work? No. How about now? Does it work? No. We're constantly
Now.
tracking down whatever
Oh,
new
Paul.
logic glitch that we came
I don't want to
across.
make a call, you stupid Skype.
Oh, what now?
Alright, can you guys hear me now?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Couldn't
Okay.
not hear you before.
Oh, yeah, I accidentally hit the button on my headset that makes a call, though, so I had to dial tone.
Oh, funky. Yeah, I forget Zoom can do that sometimes. Although, what is it?
It's not Zoom, it's Skype, it's my work shit.
No, fair, but like I was saying, I forget that Zoom can do that, and we had a fellow in today, one of our interviewees that we were doing, called in, and then was using a video cam so that we could see a video feed, but then he was calling in at the same time. It was weird. I don't know how Zoom does that, but it can. So wild stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So, oh yeah, kind of a. How about this thing, huh?
This counts as a wine glass.
Yeah, sure.
It's a glass, it contains wine. It counts.
All right. Now look less businessy, more dungeon mastery. And with that said, let's get that music going, shall we? Sound check. Everybody heard that?
Yeah.
Was it loud or was it really loud?
That was quite loud.
It was good.
Yeah. Kind of a little loud.
I'm 75% indifferent.
It was loud for wearing.
Yeah.
All right.
See, I don't like this headset. It's got 2 less wolves than my normal one.
Ricky, you can hear me okay? All the audio's coming through as good as it needs to be? Or as good as we can expect it to be, given my track record? Oh shit, my chat's not even up. Fucking worst streamer on Twitch, I tell you right now.
Yep.
We're watching your web browser.
Yes, I see that.
Yes.
Oh,
Appreciate the heads up.
Hey. And this is the part right before we die.
Probably not. And we got a nice view of it, so we can shift. Because I've still got some inspirations left.
Hey.
So if you recall, this red planet, as it were, this red dimension, actually, refresh my memory. This is the same plane that had the screaming dragons and shit, red atmosphere, thick clouds, that sort of thing. You guys just went out into the wastes and crossed the path.
What?
yeah, because we switched, and then we switched back to this.
That's right.
Yeah, but
And then you explored, and then you came back. Yes?
Maybe?
Did I miss the last session? I thought we all skipped the last
When we
session.
first entered the room, it was
Yeah, last week wasn't last session. 2 weeks ago was
Yeah.
last session. Last week was blackout.
Okay, I'm confused, but
Yeah, no worries. Last week was blackout. You're safe. You've been to the session for this. And we're gonna play this.
You're right, Derek. It was red when we came in, and we activated the device so that we saw that it changed. But then we did switch it back.
okay, Dooley, you have lighting for this.
The other building was.
I do. I'm getting there.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, it's too much. Anyway. What? One sec. Wait, no. Repeat that one track, you motherfucker. There. Sorry, I'm just double checking there. Oh, okay. Cool. All right. Right, that was the other thing I was doing, which was this too. Hello, hi. One thing after the next, I'll tell you right now. And this and this.
Oh, he's gonna burn shit.
Don't give it away, Curtis.
Is the video like rewinding? Oh no, that's the shadow. So that was the blobs of blue goo. Sorry.
That's fine.
It's nothing unusual, it's just the planar stuff. It's on fire. Out of curiosity, anyone else getting better than about a frame a second as the shadow and Dooley moves around?
Nope.
Nope.
I mean, on his camera he's fine, but on the Battlenet camera it's...
Really?
Yeah, super.
I have it the other way. That's so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, your personal camera is pretty good, but the battle cam is about 1 FPS, which is generally fine, but...
That's really bizarre.
Oh no, we're playing Doom. With a bad monitor preset.
Listen, you.
Just the original. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I was thinking.
That's about right.
I was thinking 2016, but
Oh, no.
So the advice, the secret phrase for today's session is rip and tear. Right. And with that,
Sorry, did you say the advice was rip and tear?
tonight's secret phrase is rip and tear.
Okay.
So as the camera,
pacifist.
I want some lighter for this. Anyway, as the camera pans back, a tense moment is seen to unfold as your dungeon master stops the cropping on this fucking thing, actually, so that we can see the whole scene. Hey, how you doing? No, really.
Was,
Whoa, that's cool. Let's do more of that.
I see darkness.
Yeah, you know, bring that back up.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
There we go.
It's come time to something again.
I've come to talk with you again.
Show off.
I'm a huge Simon and Garfunkel fan. I actually know quite a few of their songs. But gloating aside, because that's something to gloat about, right? The camera pans back, showing a tense moment unfolding. The sandy, desolate wastes-scape of this place stretches away in the background as flames shoot up from the ground nearby. Tremors echo in the distance, but you don't register them at first. as you look upon the several humanoid figures walking forth. A little bit of fog rolling past for the moment as you start to notice the vibrations in the earth. The drow look upon you as they come through the doorway, one after the next, spreading out as soon as they sight you. Trying to fix a stuck key here. There we go, fixed. As we were. Oh my god, it did it again. Where's that blade? Stupid fucking thing. Yeah. Can't win. Anyway. Where were we? Is. Okay, we're panning back to show the lot of you standing in the doorway as the flames start to die down. And from a side angle, we see everyone lined up. The drow, as they proceed to take positions, one after the next, aside each other, spread to show the one magic user amidst their coterie, who simply stands with his arms outstretched slightly, ready for action, but not moving yet. From amidst them, the single one walks forth towards the group of you and points out a finger. "Who are you?" the one simply says in a nasally, somewhat high-pitched voice. "What are you doing here?" he asks, pointedly.
We're doing research, guys.
Oh, what are you doing here?
From the back, your hammered compatriot walks forward. As she unfurls her hammer, holding it to the side, she stands stoic next to Vince. Mallory walks forward, stands next to Vince as a lot of you hear your compatriot shout back towards the drow. The head of them takes a moment to process the back talk, so to speak. Sorry. Fucking zero prep time. This is the result. As he looks towards you, his eyes narrow upon Nephil. You see his pupils almost glowing in the red atmosphere, and he looks back towards.
I can do that too.
He looks back towards his coterie for a brief moment, as they don't move other than to fondle their weapons that they've slowly drawn and prepared. He looks back towards you and says, "We're simply explorers. We are conducting an exercise in this area. We are seeking to perhaps better ourselves. Isn't that right?" And he looks back towards his troops, and of course they just slowly nod along. Some of them, some of the others, they don't move at all. And he looks back towards you and says, "And you?"
I'll just,
Peaceful.
I go about half the distance and just say, you don't need to worry about us. We'll be on our way. And I'll just start walking through the middle of them.
As you make your way towards, he slowly draws a dagger out. And you can see the dagger glows purple as he pulls it out from behind himself and holds it down. "You'll understand."
We're peaceful.
He, as you say this, he takes a moment and he says, "So are we, until we're not." And he stares at you as you come towards your massive hulking self. As he looks up towards you, his 4.5 foot form, contrasted by your massive self, who comes in as a mountain over a molehill.
Haha.
He holds the dagger steady, and steady is his gaze as he looks up into your face and says, "What did you find in there?" And he lets his gaze kind of dangle downwards to the left and the right of you as he looks at your companions to the either side. Do you continue walking towards him?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I need you to make a. Hang on. It's gonna be. I'm pretty sure Constitution, but might be. Wisdom, as a matter of fact. If you can make me a Wisdom save for DC.
One moment.
No, this is just the Goliath.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And it is a DC 14, I believe.
Roll
You
12,
can do it.
And yeah, I got a +2 to that, so 14.
Very nice. So yeah, you do make it. As you feel a strange tingling sensation wash all over you from your feet up, you see the fellow in the background twist his hand and make a gripping motion. However, aside from the tingling, nothing further happens. As you hey?
I'll continue. I'll make eye contact with the caster, and as I continue walking, attempting to just walk straight through their group.
That's fine. You do walk right past. You do walk right past him. He doesn't do much other than stare past you into the group. As you close the distance, he takes a step forward as you make your way past, finding yourself in their midst just a second later. As you close the distance upon the mage, he fires off another. Actually, he wouldn't have enough time in a single movement, especially if you're double moving. He simply wouldn't have the time.
If any of them look like they're going to be drawing weapons or anything, I would just.
Well, they've all got weapons in their hand.
Yeah.
They're all brandishing. I want to make that clear. They're all brandishing.
Okay, gotcha.
Did the wizard cast a spell?
It certainly would look that way. However, there doesn't seem to have been any effect.
Yeah, but like, did he do the actions of casting?
Oh,
a spell?
thoroughly. He thoroughly did. 100%.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot him in the face with an arrow.
That sounds like a plan. All right.
That's a
Oh,
legitimate plan.
Bonus action,
Yeah,
rage,
attack
action,
first.
turn into a bear.
Oh, shit. I threw away the bear.
bear.
Just remembered.
Can I cast a spell?
Maybe?
Yeah, I mean,
This was kind of
all
this was
the
kind of my plan.
surprise.
Basically, just push them into reacting and then turn into a bear in the middle of them.
just for the record, the dispel's fine. It's not counterspell, so you do have to target a thing with the dispel to dispel it. Or no, hang on. Double check the description if it's a radius. I think it's a thing you have to target, but it might also be a radius.
It's a magic effect or.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah.
And furthermore, you would normally have to make a roll for that, but not if the spell is of a particular level.
Yeah, if it's a spell of 3rd level.
That's
or
right. Yeah, you're good.
That's automatically
Okay.
a spell.
So, I mean, you can do that, just saying you have to target something. You saw him make a motion, and you can make an arcanic check to try and identify what it might have been. That might give you the idea of what the target was. That said, just want to lighten up the light a little bit because it's really hard to see.
I can hear you.
See, not here.
Changing the light.
Sorry, I was going to say, as you move in closer, and this guy does his thing, it's only a moment later that you hear a... Oh, hang on. That you hear a... so you can roll to hit, if you would be so kind. And it's a 14...
Smack him in the face.
A natural 1 out of the gate.
Oh, wow. Setting the pace.
Please don't be setting the pace with that.
As
Damn it.
as you go to fire, to your surprise and chagrin, there's a bit of string and lint caught against the bolt. And the string doesn't let go of the bolt, so it ends up going wingo, and it whips towards you. I need a dex save.
Huh. So survive the string incoming.
What is you?
No,
No,
it's
the
not
bolt.
survive.
The bolt getting flung back at him.
16.
16, easily done. So you actually see it coming towards you and instinctually move your head to the one side as it flies past you in a manner that you've never seen a crossbow react ever and doubt you will ever see ever again. That said,
I do not
though,
appreciate almost getting shot by a backwards arrow.
yeah,
Just
quite
saying.
Quite
Do
literally, it's a
better next
small
time.
miracle. It's a small miracle. There's a little piece of feather still stuck to the string, but otherwise your crossbow is unscathed and can still fire. But as the bolt goes off, you watch as in the background, one of the drow kind of cocks his head and looks at you, not sure of what to make, and kind of shakes his head, and then looks over towards one of his other companions, who also is just shaking his head and looks towards, wondering what just happened. As this plays out, you actually, Mr. Goliath, have no idea of anything because the arrow never came past you.
Alright.
So far, there have been 2 forms of aggression that nobody has any idea about.
Yeah, if that's the case, then it would just be making eye contact with the spellcaster and don't try that again. Then I can
I have
turn
a
the wall.
very pathetic dog in my face.
He looks up towards you, and he looks over towards his, you assume, commanding officer, who whispers behind you, "Answer the questions, and you leave peaceably." "They're simple questions," he turns around. "Simple enough. What did you find in there?" And he walks towards you guys a little slowly, just kind of being a bit of a showman as he closes the distance between you and between himself and Vinny. Ooh, that's gross. I don't want to touch that. You, what are you doing?
Nothing interesting, just the volume of the dark firelight.
Ah, I see. Scriptures. Scriptures, no doubt, to do with your gods. Your illegitimate gods. As he closes the distance upon Vince, he looks down towards you. "Are you from around here?"
No. We came here through other means.
He watches in the background as Seth seems to be fumbling around for a moment, picking a feather off his string, and he sheathes his dagger to your surprise. Shtunk.
You lucky.
He continues walking around. Vince, at this point, walking into Mallory's face.
They don't mean us harm. They're not obscuring our objective.
The camera pans against the Goliath in the background, showing the whole of the group behind him. The mage simply looking up into your face indignantly.
Sorry, Goliath or bear?
Oh, he didn't turn into the bear because the bolt never flew past, so no aggression was ever sensed.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I just walked past him.
Fair. That's why I was asking the question.
You're gonna try to walk past him?
Yeah.
Thank you. What is this?
Just a piece of bread.
I don't want just a piece of bread, but thank you. I appreciate it very much. Make me another wisdom save, please.
You got this.
Again, 14 or better, please and thank you.
14. That fucking roll right off.
Come on, 17.
That's 9 plus 2, so 11.
9.
He again makes the motion, this time with his other hand, as he spins it and then grips. You feel yourself stuck in position. And he says, no, don't go. We have questions that need answers. And then you can go, he says.
You can
And
find your answers in
This
this.
is the caster saying this?
He's whispering.
I have
He's
answers
Stop
that
talking.
need questions. That's watching Jeopardy.
whispering it to the Goliath. You guys
Yeah.
don't see this, for the mage is blocked. The 4.5-foot drow mage is blocked in view from you by the massive mountain of muscle that is your Goliath friend.
Yeah, fair enough.
So,
He whispers into your nipple, pretty much, don't go. We have so many questions still. And then, when we have our answers, you can go.
Can we?
Again, you can't hear this. This is the mage saying this to the Goliath.
Mm-hmm.
As the camera pans against to show the fellow in your
Sorry,
midst,
I'm being
though,
a smartass. More
It's all good. As the fellow standing in your midst looks up and down at Mallory, he looks over towards Seth and Nephil and finally Lagatha in the background, who averts his eyes almost immediately. Nothing? You found nothing in there? Nothing at all? He starts walking around. Actually, he walks between Vince and Mallory and past Nephil and Seth. And he closes the distance on Lagatha in the background, who kind of cringes and seems to shuffle slightly towards where Seth is, moving in behind you.
Moving behind me.
Yeah, Lagatha's more or less trying to hide behind you from the drow.
twice your height.
You can see him. You can see him out of the corner of your eye making a couple gestures with his fingers. It doesn't look like he's trying to get your attention so much as preparing something.
Okay.
The drow fellow, replete in his finery, leather armor, stitched well, smelling of the dirt and underground, stares over you and says, "What have we here? What have you got? What do you have that's so has your hackles up?" And he looks over towards his coterie and he glances back. Look at this! And you guys watch as Lagatha, in fact, does react, scared out of his mind at this for some reason. He jumps backwards. You can feel the wind and rush off of your hindquarters as he hops backwards from you, Seth. The drow immediately begins to laugh. As Nephil, what are you doing? What is that?
I'm just nothing. I'm not doing anything.
I'm not going to say what that looked like.
All right. We'll count that as a round, and I believe the barbarian can make another. Hang on a sec. Let me just double check.
Did we notice Lagatha take anything while we were in there?
And he has the book with
Believe it
the
or not,
eye.
I am not high.
I believe it. It's fine. As you were saying, though.
He has the book with the eye on it.
Yeah, but that's the Dark Firelight, isn't it?
I honestly don't remember.
It didn't. And
Oh, wow.
Maybe? I think it is.
they
I
heard
do
me.
not-
Did they not hear me say that we got that?
No, he mentioned it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know.
So he said I can reroll the save. And just to be clear, was this something that kept me from moving at all, or is it like a suggestion?
It's very much. It's holding you in place.
Okay. Oh, that's 19.
Okay. 2 ticks. I just want to double check.
Is that at the start of my turn or at the end of my turn?
That's it's saves are always at the end of your turn,
Okay.
except for when it says otherwise, which it does not in this case. All right. So perfect. In the moment, as this plays out, and Seth is visibly perturbed by this, wondering if perhaps Lagatha does in fact have something, the drow suddenly backs off. He steps back. He holds out his hands. He says, "Keep your secrets. We'll search on our own. We'll see what there is to see." Neffel can actually see that Lagatha relaxes a little bit as this fellow turns around, looks at Vince. "There's nothing really of interest here, is there? There couldn't be in this place. After all, we're not here for some scriptures. No, we're here for the secrets of how to get here." And he just looks around as he walks away, looking around at the surroundings, closing the distance on the barbarian. As the fellow kind of goes like this, the mage steps out of the way just as you break through the spell and start walking past him.
Like, I kind of want to kill him.
The camera dollies back.
Signs of aggression.
I kind of want to kill him.
The camera dollies back, tracking upon the fellow. He continues walking into the group. And he, as you continue to walk past them, he looks back towards you.
It would be high risk.
I told him not to do that again.
And as he looks towards you and says, "If you found nothing, you found nothing. We will see if there is something for us to find," he says with a smirk.
Hey, babe.
Walk through. Walk through.
How close are they all to me?
Well, I mean, depends. Did you stop there or did you keep going to the doorway?
I'll put like
Show off. Let's
10,
go.
10 feet
Moving
behind
on. Moving on.
at the edge of the door. I'll wait for the rest of the party to get through before I.
That's a fair choice.
Okay, very good. You wait at the doorway as Seth makes his way through. Anybody else?
I'll be one of the last to go through.
I'll make
Mallory.
my way second.
Steps in beside you as Neffel makes his way past.
Reaching up my chin at those I'm walking by.
As Lagatha moves in to where Vinny is, these guys start to kind of look back towards you a little bit. The mage moving as such. These guys moving as such. As such.
As such, it is.
Camera focuses in upon as Mallory looks towards Vinny.
I look back.
You see Lagatha. Lagatha looks at you.
It'll be okay.
He
I'm attacking.
He gives a half smile and a nod. And he pats his robe. And he's kind of wide-eyed as he does this and rubs it and looks at you. He doesn't mouth anything. He doesn't do anything. He just kind of rubs that part of his robe a little bit and then he folds his arms over it.
I nod back.
From where I am, do I notice any of the drow notice this?
Possibly. They're looking. Two of them are staring at the group of three, while the others are looking at you. That is to say, your half of the group.
Yeah. Alright.
The mage walks through over to where Vince is and continues walking past, doing one of these at Lagatha, who steps backwards. He giggles and keeps walking. Another one of the soldiers walks past Vince, slowly getting to the other side. They stand around otherwise and wait as you...
I tell Lucas to go.
Yeah, I think that's something out.
Let's go.
Lagatha looks at Mallory. Mallory says, "You heard him." Lagatha looks back and forth and then begins to make his way across.
Now I'll follow.
You walk in aside. As you close the distance, Lagatha fails a wisdom save and freezes in position. You continue to walk for a moment before you realize this happens. Mallory walks in past, reaching to the other side, and then looks back as such.
I just start walking towards the mage.
As you start walking in towards, you watch as the drow in command makes a very quick, very brief motion. Cutting through Lagatha's throat with a quick stab. Lagatha stumbles away. And his robe...
Unsacked, I'll bear it back.
Yeah. And his robe begins to billow open. Now, just for the record, I'm going to roll this twice. Because I'm going to have advantage on a held person. I am 100% going to smoke him. And I just want to double check another thing
Whole
here.
person, it's an auto crit.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
As long as you hit. And that's what I was checking. Hold person counts there. That is brute. And I thank you.
Which, if it doesn't outright kill him, I think we're fine.
Sure, but like we're not surprised.
That's kind of the reason
Yeah.
I was going.
I'm just kind of glad that it happened to him and not me.
No, nobody's surprised. It's just that he's the first to react. Did you want to do something in this surprise round?
Well, yeah, like if they hold one of our guys with magic,
Yeah.
when a fight breaks out.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Like,
not subtle.
Yeah, like
Oh, but
I'm
it
just not
is.
clear- like we're watching this happen. I'm just not clear how they're getting a free assassination.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it as soon as the spell is cast, it's initiative. But I don't know.
If you can see
Yeah,
the spell.
I would think that.
Now that's the big trick here. I just want to make that clear. The hold person being a sneaky thing is the big trick. So mage in the background, moved in the background, blah blah blah. Now,
Components and are verbal and semantic and material, so I mean, it's not a subtle thing.
as this plays out, you have one
Yeah, unless you're
action.
really good.
Are you guys listening or are you talking? You have one action.
Okay. Boom. Chaos.
And that's
Incoming.
that includes free bonus, etc. That's a surprise round for you. So he steps
Yeah.
in, he makes his one attack. The mage does his one thing. Let's hear about the rest.
Chaos bolt incoming.
Okay? That's a roll.
I rage and rush the guy that just slit his throat and try and make 2 attacks.
That's
Or one.
2 actions.
Oh, right, gotcha. Well, rage is a bonus action.
Actually, that's 3 actions because it's also
Oh, it
movement.
is? Oh, gotcha,
Yes.
gotcha. Never mind.
I'll turn
all
around
right.
and draw my weapon.
Okay?
Alright, 21 to hit the guy that made that attack attempt.
It hits.
This is a chaos bolt for this thing is going on my knees, right? Do a D6 as well. Okay. Oh my. Alright, that's gonna be 17 damage, and the Chaos Bolt is jumping, and what damage is it? It's 17 psychic damage to him and jumping. So the next target is the next baddie next to him. For 14 to hit. Does 14 to hit the adjacent?
The only adjacent is Lagutha and your teammates. This is the commander.
Well, it doesn't have to be that close. Like
What's the range on it?
30 feet.
Oh, it's up
Within
to 30
30
feet? Okay. So that can be this guy right here, and his is, I believe, 15. Let me double check. Jeep-a-doo. We thank you for your patience.
Yeah, does my bounce hit or not?
He's checking.
Yeah.
They are 15. Dead on. Or what did you
Okay,
roll? You rolled
so-
14.
Yeah, so my bounce misses, hits him in the foot barely, just doesn't really do anything, but the initial hit was for 17 psychic.
That it was. So let's pull
And
up
I've
that
lost
guy.
my L2 spell slot that I have left. So I'm literally now out of gas.
Oh, crazy.
Except for
Did I have that one?
inspirations, I still have 2 of those.
So 17 points of damage explodes against the fellow as your Chaos Bolt
And
soars
he
out.
gets a really bad headache.
So as I was saying, the etheric energy explodes in his mind, causing all sorts of immense pain as he screeches out for a brief moment and gives a shake of his white hair. Blood spurts out from one of his ears, and he gives a stumble. Oh, there goes equilibrium. Oh! Oh! And Vince can be seen unfurling his axe as Mallory suddenly screams out, "Lagatha!" and whips her hammer into with her hammer unfurled, takes a wild swing towards the nearby swordsman, and that is going to be a crit fail. As in her grief, she trips towards, stumbling and dropping the hammer, ends up in very, very close quarters with the drow, in almost a grapple. She screams out in anger and is going to try and grab him in a dramatic scene. But first, we watch as the Goliath suddenly goes red in the face, veins sprout from all his muscles, and finally, Seth. I will rule that in this time you've planted another bolt in the trough because you're not about to get taken by your pants down. Taken with your pants down, so to speak.
Well, it's a bow, right?
Oh, I thought it was a crossbow.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, regardless. All right.
It's a short bow that pops open and has the
Right, that's right. I forgot about that. The mechanical unit. Okay, fantastic.
Oh, shit, I should have.
Anyway, do I get a bonus action here as well, or is it strictly an attack action?
It is one action, no matter what.
Okay,
It
cover.
can be a move if you want. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna shoot an arrow at the spellcaster.
Okay, terrific stuff. You knock and fire.
Unreal.
Did you get another one?
It's another
Hey,
one.
dude! Switch dice.
As you attempt to fire, to your surprise and chagrin, the lever arm on the one side loosens as you go to knock, and the whole of it folds up. You're like, oh shit! As it nicks you in the elbow, doing that thing where it hits you in the funny bone and you take a point of damage. Your right arm is numb for the moment, although it'll recover just fine. And otherwise, you reflex the bow to get the arms to lock properly this time. You're sure that was the problem? It's fine. It's fine. And because I fucked up and for some reason thought you had a crossbow last round, we'll say this also happened, but it was the upper arm previously, so you don't actually lose that arrow. So you can keep that arrow, that's fine. But that said, so this has happened twice now. It seems like this thing might be a shoddy design, but but we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep using it, keep trying. And with that said, the rest of the drow, being prepared for this, will take their actions as well. As the one facing off against Mallory grapples with her, he attempts to actually riposte the grapple, that is to say, take control. Much to his surprise, Mallory is a fucking powerful dwarf paladin bitch and is not going to be taken out by a 4.5-foot wiry drow. So bad move on his part. As he rolls a 5 and she rolls a 19, he attempts to take control, and that just doesn't fucking happen. He watches his eyes go wide in a moment as he regrets life choices. Across from that fellow, the one drow soldier brings his short blade up to slash at Lagatha, who attempts to recoil backwards, but is unfortunately caught by the blade. As this happens, a slash of 8 damage plus 2 for... Sorry, actually, I think I'm putting too much on here. Am I putting too much on here? Let me double check a stat. Yee-ba-dee-ba-doo. Terrific stuff. Plus 2. So 8 plus 2 for 10 points of damage on Lagatha as it slashes against his body. He stumbles back, his robes slash open. He squeals in pain as the bludgeoning impact against his leather tunic leads to a bloody spot seeping through. Mallory, once out, shouts in anger, and you watch her go to wrap her arms around the fellow. But before we get there, the soldier in the background is going to close the distance on Lagatha. That's his surprise action. And the mage is going to, one last time, cast out. And I need another wisdom save from the Goliath.
You got this.
Fucking another 6. 9.
You find yourself blanked out as you think about statues, stone, mountains, pillars. I am a rock. You say to yourself, no, I'm not. No, fuck. God damn it. And you're stoic once again. Static once again, I meant. If everyone could now roll initiative. And where is... Holy Lord, there are days, such days. Scroll down, you fucking useless junk. Oh, God, enough. I don't need a thumbnail for every fucking playlist, you piece of shit. I want it fast loading. I want it fast working. I'm sick of this fancy crap.
All the loadings.
Honestly. The fuck are you even doing for me with all this crap? I don't need every fucking portraiture from here to Kingdom Come every time I want to find a song. I don't care about the artwork. I care about the music. Alright, there we are. That took a lot. I only have so much sanity, and I tell you, this taxes it. As we were, though. Right on. Vinny, what you got?
20 on that.
20 for Vinny.
Respect.
For... oh my god. Igar.
Yep. Oh, shit.
Initiative.
That is...
Agreed. Hey DM, are you calling for initiative or?
Yeah, what's going on, Igar? Igar, initiative.
Yeah, I said 18.
Ah, very good.
Holy.
Neville,
24.
once again. I swear, do you ever roll
24.
anything else? Seth,
19.
I believe you. I'm just saying, you always fucking roll it. Seth with a 19. Mallory and Lagatha will be going on 16 plus bonus. So after Igar,
Wow, a lot of high rolls.
Wish I had rolled that on the
and the Drow will be going on 7
Yeah,
plus
no
bonus.
shit,
And with that, I would like to hear from Neffel. It's time to be a hero.
All right. Well, given I'm basically out of gas, you know, that's a thing. The guy that attacked, crossbow, face. Yeah, that's a thing.
Make it hot.
All right. 17 to hit.
17 will hit dead on.
Damn.
Yeah, he's
Uh,
as he
for-
sees you fire the bolt, you watch as he arches himself in such a way like Neo being shot at, but you still manage to connect
for 5 damage.
for 5
As
points of
shot
damage.
in the shoulder by a bolt from my crossbow, and then everyone do a switch
All right,
as
Very bad.
I'm using my bardic inspiration to trigger. Mantle of Inspiration, 5 temporary hit points to everyone involved. And anyone want to move? Julie, camera might be good if you want to go a little higher.
there we are. And we get the focus going here. All right, and there we go.
So take your THP, take your movement,
And I'll be right
get
back.
into better position.
Yeah, temporary.
Hypothetic animal.
How many temporary hit points?
There's a dog lick 5. And there's literally a dog licking my face, right? Anyone want to do their movement, or are you just taking your THP and staying where you are?
I can't.
Close enough anyway.
Kills a reaction, don't forget that. Alright, so.
Who's
whatever
moving
you
where?
guys want to declare, that's my turn, so.
Who's moving where? If anybody's moving.
How far away from the spellcaster am I?
Highly recommended.
You are a double movement away.
If that will move away, I'm good then.
You're not going to single move either?
No, I'm an archer. I stand back.
No worries. Anybody else? Anybody doing anything?
I should just be facing them.
I mean, if it's my who turns it.
Well, everybody's got a free movement, is the thing. So far as I understand from what Curtis is saying about his power there.
Yeah.
But if nobody's moving, then that's that, and that's fine. From there, it's over to Vinny.
Alright. I'm gonna take a swing at one of them that are close by. Looks like there's one right in front of me.
There is. As you whip about, the commander stands just aside Lagatha and just behind you.
Alright, yeah, 16 to hit.
That misses by 1. As you bring your axe in, swinging wildly, he steps to the one side and slams his blade into the back of yours, sending you off balance. As you continue your swing around, bringing the weight under control once again, he gives you a grin and turns back his attention back towards Lagatha, almost as if you didn't matter. Benny, did we lose you? Oh no, you're just slow frame right there for a moment.
Oh. Okay, well, I think that's my turn then.
Alright. From there, the camera pans again to show Seth in the distance, the background, as he knocks another arrow.
Background shooter.
I'm going to use my bonus action for insightful fighting, so I get my sneak attack against the spellcaster.
Okay, sounds good.
It's my insight check against his deception check.
Hey. I drop at the next pathetic animal.
He rolls a 10 plus 2, because Drow, they're actually decent at that.
He beats me.
Oh, he beats you?
I rolled a 5 plus 5.
Oh, shitty.
But I rolled a 23 to hit.
Smokes him, yeah. As you fire out towards him, camera focuses it upon his position. He screams out in pain from the background.
For 6 points of damage.
Rolled a 1 or 2. Sorry, 6 points?
6. Yeah,
As the
6
mage
points.
shrieks out in pain, your arrow sinks into his flesh and a satisfying jet of blood spurts out, still visible despite the red hue of the atmosphere. The camera pans away from the expression of what on your face?
Sorry, say that again?
What sort of expression does Seth have on his face at this?
Oh, like his usual neutral bloodlust.
Fair enough.
Does that
Oh,
break
bloodlust.
his concentration?
He's
Oh,
not.
Bloodlust.
Is he concentrating on? Yeah, I guess he is, eh?
Whole person, not me.
That's right. He is gonna fail it, as a matter of fact. Lagatha. Sorry, not Lagatha, but you find yourself slipping of the hold. I'm gonna double check that. Just one moment. Sorry, I want to make sure I got the bonus. Right.
Callie, come here. Come here.
No, we're good. Cool. And so with that said, the camera pans again to show your neutral expression of bloodlust, and the camera pans upwards to show the Goliath directly in front of you with a similar yet
I have
larger
two dogs
expression.
next to me.
Okay, so now I'm pissed. How far is the caster away? Is he within 40 feet?
Is he within 40
Yes.
of you? I have to check, actually. He may be.
I've got two pathetic animals. Like
I mean, I could be benevolent or I could be a dick.
It's your choice. You're the DM.
I'm gonna rule
Let it
you'll have to
fly.
go. If you're okay with an attack of opportunity, you can
Oh
make
yeah,
it.
I'm not gonna take any attack of opportunities that would come from this. I'm just running straight at him.
Okay, fair enough. There will be 2 then.
Yep, it's gonna be bear and then rushing right at him and making my attacks.
That sounds fine. So
You can barely achieve this.
go ahead and roll your attacks.
Alright. That's
Holy shit.
24 to hit on the bite, or
Oh.
fucking 1 on the damage die, but plus 7 damage on the bite. Plus, that is 25 to hit
Holy balls.
for 16 slashing.
Okay, so what's the grand total there?
Sorry, I gotta show the cute dogs because they're very
23.
cute.
23 total. Rushing in
They're like
upon,
blinking each other.
closing the distance as a massive bear hurtling towards you. Don't even notice the 8 slashing damage against your side as a blade rakes down your furry carapace. Again, carapace. Anyway, you close the distance
Carapace.
on and provide 23 points of damage in a massive swipe that swashes through the fellow's body, leaving him broken. I'm gonna just double check actually. I don't know how many hit points he has offhand. He may be dead.
Dead would be nice. I told them not to do that anymore.
He is not. He is still alive. As you come rushing in upon, he attempts to block the strike in some fashion using his Arcanics. As he blasts against your impending axe, he ends up punching himself in the face, and you watch as your axe, while not completely cutting through, manages to bludgeon against the energy of his whatever shield, and still impact upon him, satisfyingly crunching through his body as he sails backwards, screaming in pain as he drops to his feet on the ground a moment later. Wavering about for a brief moment.
Oh.
Sorry, not axe, your fucking claws.
Claws, yeah.
As the camera pans back to show the whole of the chaotic scene, it then focuses in upon Mallory, who once again swings into the nearby drow. For an 8+ bonus, the drow steps to the one side, shouting out, "Dwarves are!" Yes, Moosh?
I love you.
I love you, Mushta. Oh, my baby God. Alright, off you go.
Awesome.
What was that? What the fuck was it? Shit, I can't remember what I was gonna have him say.
You said 18-4, and then I think
So anyway, Mallory takes a swing in towards the fellow. She swings wide as he cackles with glee and says something in Drow. As the massive swing misses just narrowly, the Drow dancing about, Mallory swears in Dwarven, and Lagatha takes the moment to Misty Step. Fuck out of there. Actually, I'll double check that he can. Yes, he can. There it is, 15 feet. As he does so, appearing on the other side of Mallory, the commanding Drow swears out in a similar tone as the first one did, with glee, I should say. He says, "Now things are interesting." At this, he turns around and rushes in upon the bear. As he closes the distance upon, he leaps through the air and plunges his blade in past the bear with a 2+ bonus. Failing to strike on the first, he riposts, taking another slash for 9+, and this may hit.
13 is.
bears
Yeah,
don't have a lot.
That'll definitely hit then.
Well, bear is 11, but unarmed defense brings it up to 13.
With that said, the fellow swings through a second time, smashing against your body with his sword for another 4 + 4, in this case for 8 points of damage, and then 6, 4, and 6. 6, 4, and 6. Now, the first damage that I just gave you, what was that? That was 8?
8.
So it should be halved
Yep.
But then this is 16 poison damage.
Oh, okay. I'm going to use.
You took your
Double
THP,
checking.
right, everyone?
Yep. Just double checking that I can use this on any damage. Yeah, I'm
Vinny,
going to use Stone's Endurance on this and roll D12 to reduce it by that much. Plus, D12 plus 3. So,
We should crowd that bastard.
9. How much was the poison total? 12?
16.
16? Okay. That's 7. Alright.
Right, okay, sorry. The drow here will Misty step over behind the commander, and this fellow runs around to the other side. Vinny gets to make an AO as the one fellow leaves his threat range.
I miss.
Okay. The camera pans against to show this guy rush backwards. This guy disengages and rushes backwards. This guy fires fairy fire on, actually it's a radius.
Yeah, it is.
This guy fires out fairy fire in a 20-foot area, lighting up all of y'all. So all of you guys are now highlighted. And as the camera pulls back, the one guy in front of the bear rolls an advantage and gets a 17. He will get a 10 plus 2 for 12, which is halved down to 6. As he slashes into you from the front and cackles away in drow all the same. As the camera sweeps around once again, showing Nephil in the fray at the back, what do you do?
Alright, well, completely out of gas. Anyone in melee to me? I'm kind of lost on the layout.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm forward. I'm really forward.
Well, only because they all moved.
Yeah. So, who's next to me?
Nearby you are your companions. You have directly next to you Lagatha and Seth.
Okay. Alright. So I'm going to reload my crossbow and fire again on the one that initially shot that person.
The mage in the background.
Taking a shot.
This guy right here. Sounds good.
Yeah. Would anyone like to move? Or should I hold it?
Does the move proc attacks of opportunity?
No.
No.
It does not?
Not his,
So
no.
To hit.
I'm going to move back towards. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
18 to hit hits.
$11 to hurt.
11 total damage.
As the arrow flies force right into his freaking face.
He shrieks out as it rakes past his face, leaving a large crevice in his cheek up across his eye. As blood spatters off of his head, he turns away from the bolt. The bolt sailing away into the distance. 11 damage will bring him to.
Alright. Anyone want to go give the enemy a
40.
hug? I can give you another free move.
I would love to reposition.
Doing it. 5 THP and take your movements. Anyone
Okay.
wants to give up your response action? Take your movements, take your THP. I'm taking it myself.
This isn't adding more
I-
to PHP, is it?
I'm moving
It
5
doesn't
feet
stack.
back.
You're moving 5 feet back?
Yep.
Okay.
For the bear's movement, I'm going to move back towards the group, but on the side of the mage.
Are you disengaging?
From what he said, this movement doesn't proc attacks of opportunity.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. And it's a full movement?
Yes. Which for the bear is 40 feet.
Gurnis? This is a full movement?
He's gone.
Oh. I don't even know the name of his ability, so whatever. Alright, sorry, you want to move back to where? Just to where the group is?
No, to right behind the mage, in the direction of the group.
Okay, sounds good. You rush and roar around, ending up on the other side. The commander takes a swing towards you as you duck down underneath, and suddenly following Nephel's lead, end up on the other side of the mage. To his chagrin, he looks over towards you, and then faces off as his fingers begin to crackle. And that's Nephel's turn. It's over to Vinny.
What's her name that
Mallory.
attacked it? No, the other one. Lagatha?
Lagatha is a dude.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's just a pussy.
Did he drop the book?
No. But his
Okay, so-
robes are ripped, and you can see that he's got a bunch of them under his robes.
Okay.
He's got like a bandolier that he holds books in.
Right. Then I'll just come forward and attack that mage that Igar was attacking as well.
Okay. As you step in upon him, taking a wild swing as you close the distance. Wait, the mage or the commander?
The mage.
Okay, sounds good.
And that's a nat 20 to hit.
Fuck off, no shit, eh?
Yeah.
Fucking A, alright. Roll that damage.
Fucking A.
$27 damage.
Holy fuck, no even good point. Alright, so Vinny rushes around, crisscrossing with the bear,
Ain't no face left.
and as the bear is hurtling past, Vinny takes a wild swing, leaping through the air, taking the head directly off of the drow.
You wanted this fight.
He falls over to the side, his lifeless body geysering as it does, and the commander simply clucks his tongue and points his dagger towards you. You're all going to pay for that. The queen does not appreciate such losses. And as he says this, he says it with a gritted tone where upon his face you can see a bit of anger and a bit of fear. With that, the camera pans from Vinny to Seth.
Is the commander at the far back there?
The commander is approximately where, yes, the mage was, from where you are. You,
Okay.
commander.
Do I have? Do I have an ally within 5 feet of me?
Unfortunately, no, you do not.
Okay. Then I'm going to use my bonus action to try insightful fighting
For sure.
on the commander's side.
So once again,
We got this.
An 8.
I rolled a 6 plus 2.
Who wins on a tie?
The attacker.
Huzzah!
And with that, as he's giving his little momentary monologue, ow!
And that's a 24 to hit.
That hits, yeah. As you apply sneak damage,
Apply all the damage.
For 17 points of damage.
Jesus Lord Murphy. Mage is done. 17 brings this guy to 40 as well. He's got a little ways to go. That's okay.
Roxy.
Nice hit. You unleash a shot. The flexing mechanical arms flex forward and release the arrow, launching it true. With a satisfied sigh, you watch it sail away, this time satisfied as it clunks into the fellow. Embedding itself in his body, he shrieks out in pain. I was monologuing! He declares, obviously upset that you would interrupt him. As the camera pans away from your face to show Igar nearby, the massive bear.
Yeah. I'm done listening to this fucker. I'm just gonna try and eat him.
Alright.
That's
Bearing your claws, you close the distance.
21 to hit for 10 piercing,
Will do the job nicely.
and that's probably not gonna hit. 16. Does 16 hit?
Misses by 1. As you rake against his body and bring your jaws into close upon him, he dances backwards, rolling with the strike of your claws. You manage to nick some of his flesh and tear some of his armor, but still your jaws meet nothing but air as his dagger comes to within an inch of your snout. He riposts backwards, wavering his dagger towards you, and then you watch as Mallory suddenly charges in. Rushing past. Where are we here? Does she have that kind of distance? Yes, she does, just barely. Closing the distance, she leaps through the air and screams out, "For purpose!" and trips against Vinny, bumping into him, stumbles to the one side with a 5+ bonus. And which point, Lagatha what will he do? As a matter of fact, he'll fire off a good old magic missile. And so with a roll of 5d4 plus 4, it's going to be 15 points of damage.
Coming.
No, that's not right. It would be... Do I still have them? Yes, I do. And that would be one like it is. No, that was terrible. Hang on a sec. I'm not satisfied with that at all. And so that was... Pelted by the various magic missiles that sail in upon him, one after the next, they pierce into his flesh, and he shrieks out with each one satisfyingly, screaming out in pain as 15 points of damage pelt into him. He stumbles about as the other drow stare on helplessly. The camera backs up to show him suddenly riposte and rush past Mallory in upon the bear. You first, you beastly piece of shit! With a nat 20, he stabs into you.
Into who?
Into the bear.
Okay.
So that's going to be 10 plus 4 for 14. Split in half. Oh, sorry, hang on.
It's kind of hard to hear you over the music.
Yeah, sorry. So 14 plus 4 plus 4. 14 plus 4 for 18. Split in half is 9 points of piercing damage. You also take 6 plus 3 for 9, and then 4 and 6 for 10. Another 19 points of poison damage.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
3 transfer.
Did you say 19?
Yeah, it was a shit roll.
Any crit.
Okay.
I crit, and it was a shit roll. That's a potential 36.
Wow.
It's a crit, so double poison.
Hashtag
Shitty buzz, baby.
maybe not dead.
Oh no, I'm not a bear form, but I only took 3 points of damage to my normal form.
As your bear is shocked,
So you,
and
you
find
can
yourself.
barely tell you've been poisoned.
Oh yeah, very much so. You don't feel good from this shit.
You killed my pun so hard.
As we were though, you were blasted out of your bear form, and to which the drow grins as the fellows in the background unleash their shots.
Okay.
Being within there, fuck off, die. Jesus, what the fuck, man? Come on, give me one. Piece of shit.
How many attacks do they have?
Fucking, they all have advantage
Lots
because
of
you're all
attacks,
fairy fired.
lots of low numbers.
Fairy Fire, it's only everything that was in there when it was first cast, I think. And then it's a deck save for everyone who was in there.
You made that deck save?
I don't think you asked for a deck save from anyone.
No.
I asked for a deck save from everyone.
No.
Okay, I may have gapped on that.
Yeah.
17.
Okay, you made it. You're fine.
16.
Though I did say I was moving, but I don't know if I'm still in it. Forward.
I don't know where you would put that. I was all the way in the back of.
I'm lost on where it is, but I thought I was out of it.
Yeah,
But if it's relevant, it's a 17. What a waste of a
16
roll.
plus 2, so 18 on mine.
Okay.
I failed.
It's when-
One of the night.
It's when it's cast and it continues on for the duration. Oh, actually, sorry. No, it's concentration and every drow can do it, so never mind. That guy's fine. And so you guys would still be covered if you are affected by it. So Vinny is the only one so far. Sorry, Seth made it.
No.
Okay, so Seth and Vinny are covered. Nephil and Igar are not. With
I
that,
thought it was a mile out of the damn thing. I thought it was forward.
no, you were back there with the rest of them when it hit.
Okay.
Igar was the
Well,
only one. that was
regardless,
separate.
17. So
No worries. That all said, where the fuck are we here? Oh my god, gapping hard. Oh yeah, that's what I was looking for. Okay. Fuck it, we'll search on this one because fuck it, why not? And so with that, one of them hit 4, so it's gonna be bit about, and then I need a DC 13 con check from Igar.
Okay.
Meanwhile, it's 4 plus 2, or half as much, is 3 in this point as the guy hits you with an arrow, or I should say a bolt.
Okay. I've got plus 5 to con, so that's a 15.
Alright, terrific stuff. As the bolt strikes into your flesh, you feel a strange tingling sensation, and not much else. Your bloodstream around there feels odd, but you're okay.
Okay.
That said, that's all my dudes. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's me. It is over to Nephil once again. Curtis, you're up.
Down. Mike.
What? My mic went down?
Curtis.
sorry.
Okay.
Anyone in melee to me? Am I still good?
That's you. That's everyone else.
Oh,
You're out
I'm
behind.
lost on where I am.
You're there. There you are. You paying attention?
Okay, I
There you
see it
are.
now.
And that's everyone
Alright.
else.
Okay. Alright. Loading, taking shot, light crossbow.
That was some low res right
Anyone
there.
want to shift?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, hit DC 19
Hits.
for a whole 5 damage.
Fantastic stuff. As you fire away, and this is upon the commander fellow, I assume?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He takes 5 damage like a champ, stumbling backwards and shrieking once again. He is obviously getting winded at this point and not doing so good, as he's starting to look a bit like a pincushion as well.
That's always a good thing.
As the camera pulls back to show the whole of the scene.
And want to move, get your THP.
Hey, how many uses of that
okay.
power do you have?
I have 1 left.
Okay.
It's I think it's however many bardic inspirations he has.
Yeah,
Oh, I see. Okay.
which is 5.
So with that said,
I'm holding it. I'm holding it. I'm not using it.
all right. And that's Nephils as you fire into the Drow commander. He shrieks out, and we look over towards Vinny.
Alright. And since I'm pretty much right in front of the commander there, I'll take a swing at him. 16 to hit.
16 will miss the commander.
Yeah.
Once again, that's the third 16 you've rolled against him. Or the third 16 that's been rolled against him, the second one you've rolled.
Roll one better.
I have like 5 different d20s that I keep testing out.
And they're all rolling 16? That's amazing.
Untapped.
It's just
Okay, I'll try that
meant
next
to
time.
be, eh? With that said, though, you take another wild swing towards him, and to your chagrin, he pulls the same move, dodging to the one side and bashing the back, nearly throwing you off balance. As you recover the weight of your axe once again, he grins and turns his attention back towards Igar, whose turn it is.
I'll just kind of smile at him. Remember, you asked for this. I'll turn back into a bear. Let me see. That's 20 to hit for 9 piercing. Then 19 to hit for 15 slashing.
You want to double check your rules on that? I mean, if you're knocked out of it, can you just turn right back into it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a bonus action for however many wild chips I have, and I have 2 uses of it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's strong.
So with a 20, you said? And you're your totem of the...
No, this is just Moon Druid. And then I only have 2 into Moon Druid, 2 into Barbarian. So this is the
okay.
Brown Bear wild shape, which is +6 to hit, and then +4 to the damage rolls, but then I get +2 to each of the damage rolls from the rage. And then it's 1d8 for the bite, and then 2d6 for the claws.
Well, I know the stats of the bear, but that's beside the point.
Gotcha.
What I'm curious about is making sure that you can do that. That is to say...
I'm 80% sure he can.
Combat wild shape it's the Moon Druid thing where you can wild shape as a bonus action.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty tough. That's why druids are considered pretty fucking...
I'm not looking for opinions, just looking for facts, thank you.
Alright.
If it's legal, it's legal. I just want to make sure that it is, thank you. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Where is that? Find. Okay. Ba-da-ba-da-bow. Yada 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 as a bonus action, right? That's fantastic. But where is the fucking wild shape? Now, being Moon, I suppose that gives you your max CR of 1 so early on, which is fine.
Yep.
Use your action magically assume. You can use this feature twice. You regain expended uses. Are you positive you haven't used this since your last long rest?
You get that back on a short rest.
No, you get it back on a long rest. Oh, no, long or short.
Yep.
Fair enough. Okay. Okay. Do-do-do. Okay, you're good. As you were. So, you say you wanted this, and a moment later.
I was combined 9. 23 damage total.
Okay. And bam. Wait, this guy. Sorry. 23 brings him to. I gotta check his stats again. Drow Elite. Plus 22, 100, so he's nearly dead on this. Just about. Okay. What did you roll to hit?
It was over 20, and then I think it was like an 18.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. So your first hit's gonna hit. He's gonna deflect your second strike, though.
Okay. Second strike would have been the claws at 14 damage.
Okay. And awesome. So instead of 23, that would bring him to 84. So as we were, your claws raking against him. He brings the dagger up to parry against the best he can. Your immense strength still pushes him back as you claw against him for 14 damage, and he recovers a moment later, pushing your jaws to the side as you attempt to bite in upon him.
Alright, that's my turn.
Right on. From there, back over to Mallory and Lagatha.
Sorry, what? Did my turn get skipped?
Did your turn get skipped? Oh, sorry, yeah. Maybe we went from Vinny to Igar without Seth in the middle?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. My insightful fighting is still active, so I'm going to shoot the commander again.
Okay. As you fire away, and this is at advantage, is it?
Nah, it's a miss. It's a miss.
With advantage?
Oh, I have advantage?
Oh, I don't know. It does your...
No, it just allows me my sneak attack.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You don't get advantage for it. You just... Right. Okay, very good. So, as your shot sails past, flying into the redness in the distance harmlessly, the camera swings to show the commander facing his options as he is. He will make a motion from behind himself, at which point the drow in the background drop a sudden blanket of darkness that wraps all around you. Yeah, and it's gonna fill this space right here as Mallory shouts out, "I cannot see!" Vinny, your vision goes dark, as does the Goliaths. Only to feel a moment later as your opposition thrusts its blade into you twice. One successful strike after the next.
Against two?
Who else? Igar takes 9 plus 4, 5. So 9, being retarded here. 13 split in half is 6 points of damage that you take in your Raging Bear form. And then you take another, sadly, 6 points of poison damage. The second strike is going to be... Jesus, shitty. The fuck is with my rolls? 4 plus 4 for 8 points of damage. Split to 4 points of damage, sorry. And then, poison-wise, hey, here we go. 6 and 6 and 5 for another 17 points of poison damage. As he thrusts into you the twice over.
Okay.
And
Still a
with that,
bear
still
by
there?
1 hit point.
Still there,
Yeah,
alright.
still a bear by 1 hit point.
Fellow in the background. Actually, you're in darkness, and while they're immune, you would still have cover from them for the ranged. Where the fuck did Curtis go?
You just disappeared.
He dropped out a minute ago.
So much for downloading it on his onto his work computer, fixing all the issues.
I wonder what happened. So with that said, the guys there, what are they gonna do? They're gonna close the distance, and actually, you know what? Yeah, that's what they're gonna do. He's gonna rush past and close the distance on the Gutha. This guy'll even, you know what? He'll double move over to here. And that is gonna be my draw. Actually, no. As these guys close the distance on Lagatha, they're gonna pelt him with arrows. They're both gonna hit. I'm gonna do 10 plus 4 for 14 damage. He's gonna critically fail a save and then make the second one, but it doesn't matter because he failed the first. And he's out like a light. So he's up to 20 damage. Oh, sorry, 24. As one after the next, the bullets strike into Lagatha. You watch as he kind of wavers for a moment, and he says, "Ow," and then drops out of view as he falls over, collapsing on the ground asleep. As they close the distance upon him, one takes the moment to rummage through his belongings and take a book off his bandolier from under his robes. The Goliath, Vinny, and Mallory do not see this. But Seth, Neffel, and the drow directly next to you do. Sorry, that guy's going to get a nat 20 on his arrow. Oh, no, he double moved, so never mind. He gets nothing. So, waste of a nat 20. Say la vie. With that said, though, yeah, the camera's going to pan to Neffel. Where the fuck did Curtis go?
And sorry, who took the book? What's his
Oh,
name?
router rebooting. Alright, no worries.
And, sorry, Julian, who took the book? The commander or one of the grunts?
One of the grunts. And of course, Lagatha is down. With that said, Neffel is on hold as Vinny, you find yourself in total darkness and you can hear grunts of pain coming from your left, where you're sure your Goliath compatriot is. If not for the fact that he was there a moment ago, then for the sheer feeling of gravity from his massive muscular self.
Okay. In this darkness, can I see anything?
Nothing. Like literally
It's
nothing.
just
Like
a
less
blind,
than
okay.
less than you see when you close your eyes at night. It's pitch. It's just
So, pretty
black.
much if I swing, I'll have a disadvantage or something like that.
100%.
Get it.
It's blind fighting is what it is. If you have blind fighting, you're fine. But
Oh, alright. That's in that one and hit. So yeah.
you swing into Mallory. She shrieks out and takes a wild swing towards you. With a 10 plus bonus, she lands does she land with a 15?
No.
Okay. It rings off of your shield, and she shouts out, "Vincent, you fuck! That hurts!" As you deal some damage there, and she'll take half of it, like a bouse.
Oh, okay. So 6 damage.
Okay. She takes 6 damage, regretfully.
Hey, I made it back finally.
There he is.
Internet decided to get rebooted.
Perfect timing, actually. Vinny, you smash in against Mallory, who shouts out and swings back towards you. The two of you exchange blows in the darkness, and she says, "It's me! Careful where you're swinging!"
It's hard to see.
The camera pans against Neffel to show him in the background as he's just been assailed on the one side by a drow incoming. You watch as Lagatha drops to the ground, pelted with arrows. He says something to the effect of, "I don't feel well. I feel tired." Neffel, what do you do?
Alright, I'm going to use that final 5 THP and move for anyone that wants it.
Is that limited to people that you can see when you use that?
I don't believe so, but I'll double check.
Because there is a globe of darkness positioned where your compatriots would be ahead of you. You cannot see
Okay,
them.
this is a detail I missed due to the whole internet thing.
No worries, just letting you know.
That's what I was asking.
Bringing you up to speed, brother.
Yeah. Okay, let me check the details on that. Pardon, I'm working on it.
Work faster. Work better. Work stronger. Work for your country.
You can see, yes, you're right. Alright, so I will use the disengage action and my movement to move out of the zone of unable to see-ness.
Okay. It's not you that can't see. It's you can't see them because they're in the black zone. It's literally a sphere of pitch black.
Okay, that's the problem. Alright, then I'm not gonna waste it.
Yeah, best to hold on to it.
Shit. Balls. So where exactly is the sphere?
Right there.
Basically
Got
just
like one frame of. Okay, I got it.
It's surrounding
Alright.
these guys.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'll use my bonus action to draw my weapon and attack the drow in front of me then.
That's fine. It's a free action to draw your weapon. It's a bonus to put one away if you do want to put one away.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you can just throw it to the side like a baseball bat when you're running.
Yeah. Yeah, so my +1 short sword
Okay.
on the drow in front of me.
And
26 to hit. Nat 20. So that's 23 to follow up on the crit.
Sorry, 23
So I'm
damage?
assuming
Or 23
I crit
total with the
my
crit?
short sword. As I quick through it, I crit.
Awesome. And so how much damage was that? I was going to say 23 damage.
13.
Terrific stuff.
As I quick draw my short sword from my holster, I slash into his belly, and his guts spill on the floor.
This is the commander?
Yeah.
I
believe so.
Directly in front of me.
I
No, this is the guy directly in
lost
front of
guys.
you. Yeah, sorry. Alright, terrific stuff. He shouts out in pain as you scrape against him with the blade, cutting your canyon out of his torso. As you describe, his guts spill out. Still wavering, alive on death's door, he stands before you and says, "My queen won't let me die just yet." He says,
Test that theory.
as he says this, you can see the bottom of his lung expanding and contracting with his words.
Bloody.
With that said, that's you. Alright, he's walking away. I guess that's him. It's over to Vinny, if
I
you
had my
could.
turn. I already had my turn. 'Cause we-
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Seth, you're up, sir.
Sweet. I'm gonna loose an arrow at the guy who has taken the book.
Okay.
Oh wait, I'm gonna use my bonus action to transfer my insightful fighting
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
to.
Do I have to make another roll?
Yes, absolutely.
That will be a 16 plus bonus on my front.
Nice. I got a 19.
You insightfully aim towards the drow, who is clearly looking around carefully. He sights upon you and seems to dodge to the right, dodge to the left as you make your attack roll.
22.
And as you watch him attempt to fake you out, you think to yourself, amateur, and release an arrow.
17 points of damage.
I'll fucking bet. It slams into him, spinning him around on the spot as he drops to the ground, perfectly still, a moment later, wordlessly dead. And that was, if I'm not mistaken, none of these guys. Yeah, you one-shotted that guy. You should feel good. I feel like I should double check that, but I'm pretty sure. Oop.
No.
And for the record, the miniature is not representative of the type of drow I'm using here.
What?
The miniature is not representative of the type of drow. That type of drow specifically would be an elite. They have a lot more hit points, but he is not. And you know what? I could push it, but we'll let it go. With that said, he drops to the ground as geyser of blood spurting out of him as the book flies off to the side and lands in the dirt.
Roxy. Come here.
So the book sails away and lands in the dirt nearby. As it does, you watch as everything kind of goes into slow motion. Everybody watches this, actually. As this occurs and it smashes against the ground, the whole of the place kind of earthquakes and shakes. As it comes to a still stop, the rumbling subsides as well.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I still can't see shit.
Yeah. Apparently.
As the place rumbles, Lagatha rolls over to the side and says, "Mommy, no, please, I can go without the diaper." The camera pans away from Seth and his expert shot to show Igar as he reverts back to his form.
I'm still at 1 hit point.
Oh, are you? Okay, well, whatever. I'm not worried about it. You're a bear.
You can barely tell.
You know what? You bleed out that one and you turn back. Fuck it.
Forcing. The poison.
That's right. That's what it was. No, whatever. You got 1 hit point. You got 1 hit point. Make it hot.
Yeah, that's a nice buffer.
Just gonna attack where I think the captain is still.
That's fine. That's fine.
Disadvantages.
Good old disadvantage.
Not your friend.
That is.
He's got 2 attacks though, so out of 4
Yeah.
dice, something's gonna hit, right?
First one's a 9, probably not gonna hit. Second one, yeah, no, that's worse. That's a 7.
Okay, as you swipe into the darkness desperately with your claws attempting to strike, you gnash for. You're still a bear, dude. You still have 2 attacks.
Yeah, that was both. That was a 9 and then a 7.
Oh, fair enough. You rolled them both at disadvantage, right? So it goes. Okay, fair enough. As you rake through the air and gnash at nothing, desperately flailing about in the darkness, you hear the cackling sound of the commander as if he's used to this and can see you in some fashion. Fucking Drow are immune to this. It's awesome. With that said, yes, sir, Mallory is up. She screams out, "Blinded by the light!"
Or the dark.
Blinded from the light. That's what I meant to say. Totally. She rolls valiantly with an 18 and a 16. And where the fuck is... Oh, yeah, they're all in front of me. They're all dark, though, so I don't see them. Dark. I will use that one. Because it's metal. And that's a 9. Holy fuck. It is not going to be enough to kill him. But you guys hear a satisfying... as he goes up to 98. Wavering on death's door himself, he stumbles slightly and you can hear his footfalls as he works his best to keep himself alive and aloft. Lagatha continues to slumber peacefully. Nice. From there, the commander leaps forward, taking a wild swing towards, followed by another one, as the 17 and then the 24, both striking upon Igar. The first one delivering, holy shit, 12 plus 4 for 16 points of damage, halved to 8. So blasted out of your bear form, the fur explodes off of you as he cuts away the skin and fat, which melts off to reveal your Goliath form almost hatching from it a second later. The remaining 7 damage explodes against you, still explodes against you, and then the poison sets in for all of 6 points of damage. Terrible roll.
I haven't tried the fish yet.
Sorry, the second swing of 5 plus 4 for 9, halved down to 4 damage. And then the poison of which is 8 plus 6 for 14 total yet again. That is full. That is not halved because it is poison, of course. That said, as the camera pans against the 2 quick cuts in the darkness, they kind of like just appear in the darkness and then fade a moment later. And you hear the cackling, gleeful sounds of the commander as behind him, outside the darkness, the drow directly in front of Neffel dances in and takes a quick slash at you with a... hang on a sec.
I'll straighten up in a bit.
Yeah, no, this will be 7 plus... Oh, Jesus Christ. 7 plus 5 plus... 7 plus 4. So he throws a quick swing in upon Neffel. It misses. As from behind, a bolt flies in, striking upon Seth with a 17 against his AC.
That is my AC.
As it hits for... Oh, sorry, what am I rolling 2 there? As it hits for 2 plus 2 for 4 piercing damage, I need a DC 13 con save.
Is it poison save?
It surely is. The fuck is with my phone?
Poison resistance gives me advantage, right?
Oh.
As a dwarf, it does.
12?
12 is going to miss by 1. As the bolt strikes into your collar, you feel your heart beat suddenly in a fashion you really didn't expect to feel today. As it seems to slow down a moment, you feel really tired. And before you can say, I don't feel so...
Oh, shit.
Somebody give him a slap in the face.
The camera pans to show you snoring face down in the dirt. Half lidded with a bit of drool seeping out of your mouth. From which we go over to, I think that's me. 2 bolts and a swing. You know what? My dude is gonna do something fucking weird, and you guys aren't gonna see what he fucking does. But you guys can, Neffel. So my commander dude does something. You guys don't see it. With that said,
with the guy in my face, so I'm gonna deal with him.
how you doing, Neffel?
All
It's
right.
it's a your turn.
It's my sword in his face.
Make it hot. Let's
That
hear
is
it clatter.
My entire plan.
It's a good plan. Tank and spank is always one of my favorite forms of gameplay.
Alright.
You might have noticed.
22 to hit.
22 hits.
For 7.
For 7 points of damage. Fantastic stuff. As you rake upon him with your rapier, I'm assuming.
I'm sorry.
It's a plus.
What weapon are you using? What weapon are you using? What is Neffel using, Curtis?
+1 short sword.
Terrific stuff. Swiping through him for 7 points of damage, which is going to be right here. We'll call him D1. As you cut against him, he attempts to block with his own blade. You end up pushing his blade into him as he rakes it against his shoulder. He screams out in pain. Trying to elbow you, he pushes you back. Taking position, the camera swings from your skirmish to show Vinny in the darkness.
Gonna try the online dice this time. Okay, that misses. An 11 to hit.
As you swing towards where you think the commander is, you feel nothing but air against your axe.
I know we're not dead.
That's true. As that happens, the camera swings from the darkness of the black spot to show Seth down on the floor, snoring away, and pans over him to Igar. Oh wow, that's not good. Back in the blackness. This isn't going well for you guys, eh?
So I'm relatively low, so
I haven't been hit once.
there, which I don't know if he is or not. Disengage and run back towards the entrance.
He rolls a crit fail, laughing, and then suddenly watching you run away. He's like, ah! And takes a swing, but hits nothing. As this occurs, you rush backwards. With a full movement, you can reach further than, obviously.
Yeah, 30 feet.
So that's going to be actually, like, yawn. Yeah. You can keep going a little further to here. I'm not sure exactly how far you want to go.
Yeah, just so I'm not in melee with anyone.
Okay, that's fine. Done and done. As you retreat backwards, you guys watch as the battered and bruised form of your mountain of muscle rushes into retreat. As he appears from the black pit, your eyes adjusting to the light. The camera swings to the one side, showing the whole of the scene. Actually, I'm just going to show it from this because, you know, why would you, is it worth cross the threshold or whatever it's called? So, there we are. Camera's focused is really, really hard to get.
No, I'm just gonna.
Oh, no, there.
Never mind.
What would you like to do?
Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna bonus section healing word myself.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm probably
Okay. And with that, as you rush backwards and focus your inner self, letting yourself take a quick breather and recover some.
and that drops rage.
And from there, the camera swings to show Mallory in the darkness as she takes a wild swing forth, smoking the shit out of him once again. With a crazy resolution, she screams out, "My purpose defined!" And with a 10 smashes into him. You guys literally just hear and nothing else.
Oh, wow.
From outside the darkness is just a little bit of a blood smear that slowly spreads away as she crashes down into his body, and you hear a splorp as she pulls her hammer off of his corpse.
Oh, boy.
Lagatha continues to snore, rolling over and says, "It's itchy, Mommy." The two remaining drow look at each other, one after the next. The one snatching
Think of
the
a better
books,
plan.
the one snatching the book off of the ground as he rushes around and closes the distance on where Nephil is. This one here drops darkness all around you. So, boink. Or if you prefer. No, that's not right. No. That one. This one then also rushes through the door. So that said, the place is
I
dark.
don't know anyway because it's dark.
That's right. Complete pitch darkness, can't see a fucking thing.
Did
Fair.
running towards the door before the darkness was dropped?
Sorry?
Before they cast the darkness spell, did we see the guy that grabbed the book running towards the door?
I will, you know what? I have a tough time with this because mechanically I think you still have an attack of opportunity. I don't think there's anything preventing that. Same thing with invisibility.
In order to get the attack of opportunity.
Is that a rule?
Yes.
I mean,
You can't get an AO without perception.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe it's the way it's worded is that when an opponent you can see leaves your range.
Oh, that you can see moves out of your reach. Yeah, it literally says. So with that said, they drop darkness, and the guy books it. The other guy's just gonna double move, actually, and follow the first through the door. Hi, Mike. They rush through back into the temple, one after the next, leaving this place devoid of any drow presence. You hear the door close, but you don't hear it lock.
Right, Chase. Unless we're still in initiative order.
We can keep it there for now as the camera pans to Nephil. You still have people asleep and shit, so you gotta recover and move.
Alright, well, trapped in the darkness, I move back towards the entrance I first entered.
You easily
And
find
out
the
of the
doorway.
darkness and look forward.
Like, you easily find the doorway. Did you want to interact with the door and try to open it?
No, I'm just looking that way to see what I'm seeing.
I mean, you don't see anything. You're still in the darkness, but you can feel around and you feel the wall. And the
I was
door.
moving out of the darkness.
Oh. So away from the building. Okay, fair enough. Sorry. So you rush over towards here, and you can see that there's just a large globe of darkness hanging over the spot.
Sorry, backwards. Towards where we came in.
I think what he was saying is that the darkness covers that entire area. Up to the
okay.
door. Yeah, it's a 20-foot radius.
Well, then I grope in the darkness for my entire turn.
Well, you found the door, is
Is
what
it-
I said. So the door is on this wall, and you said backwards, and so initially I said, well, here's the door. And so Neffel has found the door. The door is in the wall in the darkness. And I asked, would you like to try to open it?
Okay.
Did you catch what I said?
No, I'm sorry. I was needing to restrict my volume.
Okay, so what I was saying, the door is in the darkness behind you. You were fumbling with the
But
darkness.
I have no knowledge that the darkness ends at the door, so I'm basically groping the darkness towards the door
That's fine.
for my entire round.
Did you want to
Because I
try?
have no reason to know that.
That's fine. Did you want to try and open the door?
Yes.
Okay. So, like I was saying earlier, you're fumbling around. You can try to open the door. Where was I going with that? Sorry. Throw me a Where'd he go?
He just turned his camera away.
What's going on?
It's dark.
I don't know.
Okay. All right. I don't know what to make of that. I'm hoping he's okay. You there?
Yeah, sorry.
Are you all right?
Yeah, no, I just needed to take care of something with regard to the food
Okay.
and stuff.
Okay. Where was I here? The door. Thank you. Throw me a perception check here.
19.
Cool. You fumble around and you manage to find the latch upon the wall, pulling the door open. Pushing the door open. You still find darkness ahead, but a couple steps later are revealed to the chamber and the retreating drow within.
If I have the time to do so, I will be drawing a bolt into my crossbow. I'm assuming I can.
I mean, you don't have to use a bonus action to load the crossbow, but you don't have an action to attack with currently, no.
I'm aware of that.
Okay. But you can load the crossbow, that's fine. Where was I though? So yeah, Neffel, and then over to Vinny. As you watch towards the darkness behind you, you see what it looked like to be within it, and a moment later you hear the door, as the drow retreat into that darkness, the door open and close, and then a moment later open and close again.
Why'd I close it?
Or, well, I guess just open again.
Okay. Well, I'm looking around and I see only a certain amount of dead bodies or bodies laying on the ground. So I
Okay.
would assume some of them are still alive. I would go to
Seth?
Lagatha.
Lagatha? Okay.
Yeah.
Lagatha's just yonder.
Yeah.
As the camera swings around, it shows you back out, back away from Mallory, turn about, and close in upon where he lays. As you come upon him, you see he curls up slightly. I want my binky, he says in his sleep.
Very hurt.
What do you do?
I can't really do a whole lot. I could attempt a medicine check, but I'm not even proficient in it. So. Wake up.
What do you want to do? Do you want to wake him up? Probably the best, but
Yeah, I suppose I'll just try to wake him up from being asleep. Her up.
right.
Am I gonna roll something?
So I liked the idea of the medicine check just for comedy's sake, but I mean,
Okay.
you could just say you're slapping him.
Yeah, that's it. 3. Yeah.
You really don't. You don't have to. Well, I mean, you could roll for it, I guess, and fail it,
Oh,
but
okay.
you really don't have to roll to slap him. It's fine.
Just slap. Oh my god.
He
So,
sputters
it's
awake a
only
moment
slap
later,
matches.
a red mark immediately appearing on the side of his head. As he stares upwards, ever wide-eyed, he looks about. Am I dead? He simply says,
Nope.
oh, have I pissed myself? You're actually not sure, but he doesn't smell like piss. I'll assume that's a no. Let me get up, please. He, is starting to cry.
Help him get up.
You do so, quickly getting him to his feet with a rest of his wrist. He stands straight and composes himself. I'm torn to shreds. And he pats himself, and I'm missing a piece. Then he looks around frantically. Where's the book? Where's the book? Where's the blasted book?
Yeah, where is it, guys? I was in the blind.
Camera pans from Vinny and Lagatha to show Seth. As you're situated snoring away, you hear a piercing something. The sound of falcons and hawks and eagles in the distance. Something amazing and majestic that takes over your consciousness and then is gone a moment later. From there, the camera pans to Igar.
Hearing Vinny out there asking what happened, I'll just yell, they have the book. They went back through the door. I'll just take off towards where I heard the door opening.
Alright. From still within the pitch darkness, you do this and easily close the distance upon the door. Passing through the opening, to your surprise, you only bump your shoulder, not your head. As you step into the chamber, the change in air and atmosphere is palpable. As you step out of the darkness into the chamber to see the retreating drow in the distance, you can see them making good time as the camera pans from, I'm assuming, your double movement.
How far away are they? Are they within 30?
They're
Or are
not.
they farther?
They're not.
Okay, yeah, double movement.
Or, no, actually, sorry, the one guy would be... Would he?
Is the one with the that I saw?
No, they both are, because the one guy dropped the darkness. Sorry, for some reason I thought they double moved. But no, in fact, as they make their way through, they would still be within this chamber. So, you are in Luxor. And what did I do? I need one of these. I recently rediscovered these units, so these are fantastic. What the fuck? What did I do with them? Oh my god, there's so much dust in here. Oh, little card pieces. Damn, what are we gonna do? That's a 20 footer. That's actually the size of the chamber, so that works. Not what I was looking for, but that's okay. Oh, I have matching ones, so that'll do perfectly. With that said, you have these two fuckers, one of which will be... Oh my god, what the fuck was that? That guy there, and then that guy there. He had the double move, the other guy just got in the door. And you're gonna come storming in. Hello, everybody! You're still in the darkness here. You'll bump into him, and I'm assuming end up, moving to the one side. Oh, that camera is terrible. I apologize.
Yeah, if it was still in darkness, I'd probably assume it was Neffel.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, why take the risk?
Asked him.
Details.
Wow, that didn't help shit. That actually made it worse.
Do I recognize which one that picked up the book?
You know what? You've seen one drow, you've seen them all. But from the top down, as you and Nephil make your way into the chamber, I'll say Nephil's off in the corner here, just out of the reach of the darkness, able to see everything that's going on. As you rush in around to the one side of the feller.
Yeah, I'll just get the one in front, Reckless, with the battle axe.
Okay.
That will be 17 to hit for 10 damage.
That'll smoke him like a cheap Cuban. He is the other one, so... Have they both taken damage? No, the one's taken the damage. Yeah, that's right. The one takes...
Yeah, I took only one.
That's right. The one took the 7... Jesus, this thing.
Yeah.
You've had better days. Oh my god. My great googly moogly. Has anybody seen a marker that works?
I got one.
There you go. That one's... Oh, small miracles. Alright. And so 10 damage is delivered upon that feller right there. As you guys, who are still situated outside, hear in the distance a sudden sound. Looking out towards the horizon, you see the flapping wings of something
Oh, balls.
Oh, dear.
wicked and massive coming towards you. As the flock of black forms slowly coalescing of various bits coming from all sides.
Oh. Fuck.
They all seem to be responding to something exciting.
We should run now.
We need to wait for stuff.
The camera pans overhead
Kick him in
and
the face.
zooms in to show these black forms to be lizardly with tails and wings. 2 legs apiece, so you know they're not dragons.
Yeah.
Close enough.
But that said, the camera pans again once past Igar, who has just moved in to show to the side Lagatha and Mallory. Lagatha dutifully shouts out to Mallory, who backs her ass up out of the darkness, looks over towards where Lagatha is, and shouts out, "Oh, Lagatha!" And rushing in towards him, grabs him in an embrace that you think is going to be a hug, but it actually turns into her throwing him over her shoulder. He says, "Oh, I know, I'm so glad you..." Whoa, what the hell are you doing? As bits fall off of his robes, another book he loses. "I've lost the volume of wood!" He protests sincerely and severely as she trucks him off. With a strength check, I should think. You know what? Inspired strength check. And a good thing, too, because that was a crit fail. Wow, that's a 3. Fuck! Okay, anyway, so
It's full.
she hefts him up. He wriggles and protests, and they both tumble, toppling over. He struggles and groans. She laughs and groans and says, "Get the fuck up. This is serious." To which the rest of you watch this go over, and it's my turn again. These guys run their asses off. "Fuck my life," this guy says, and runs up. This guy's going to throw darkness down once over here. So this whole place is in darkness, and this guy's going to double move
Where's
his ass
here?
off. Sorry, hi, how you doing? Over here. And then this guy's going to run his ass off. Like you were an agent and he's, Trinity. So
Gotcha.
I assume the darkness comes down before he leaves my area.
that would be tactically correct, yes.
Okay.
Otherwise, somewhat futile. I should have waited, maybe, you know? Because the last thing that goes to the guy's head, aside your axe, of course. Anyways, the point is, this guy Darkness is the place. This guy fucks off as fast as he can, and then this guy single moves the fuck out. So I just want to double check movement because I think that feels about right. This guy's gonna double move though, so he's gonna move a lot. And he's going to get his ass. Is he going to make it all the way there? He's kind of going to make it all the way there. So he's going to make it all the way across the chamber. As you guys are making your way out of there. You know what? Get the fuck out of here. These things. So there we go. And as you're watching this happen, you don't see a fucking thing because you're in darkness. And that sucks for you. But he's fucking off with some sort of book. And you're not sure, but you're sure it's a book. But you're not sure what book. But it's a book! So it must be important. Because fuck this whole fucking place and all these fucking lousy books.
Generally, yes.
Right. Neffel, you're up, sir.
Okay, well, can't see balls. Don't know where anyone is.
You might be able to feel balls. I mean, you'd have to dig around a bit.
Yeah.
They're there, though. You double check. I don't know if you double check. You tell me. You're
God damn it, Neville. What are you doing?
Alright, I push forward. I push forward into the darkness.
You do
And
so.
if I
Forging
see
forward,
anything up,
you come out
react.
to light once again. And to your surprise, you're staring through the doorway as the camera pulls back to show you the whole scene. As you're situated on the other side of the doorway there.
Okay, well, given I have a loaded crossbow, I'm going to take a shot.
You bring it up and take aim. And who are you firing at?
The target I can see.
You can see both of
Whatever
them.
it is.
You can see both
Oh,
of
I
them.
see both?
Yeah.
I'll target the nearer.
Okay. You let loose a bolt as... What'd you roll?
I rolled a natural 8. However, the gods like me, which I haven't used yet this rest.
Very nice.
So let's hope that they like me good. Because I'm adding 2d4 to that.
Let's hear about it.
Okay. So it's going to be 15.
15?
15.
15. 15's a good hit.
That hits?
Yep, just dead on, in fact. Where did everything go?
6. Thief.
Why does
Still
this
see some
thing...
color.
Yeah, why does this thing stubbornly do that? I don't know, but it just resets the gain to 0. It's the weirdest shit. Anyway, whatever. That said, the camera... Whoa, Jesus. Camera, easy. Left hand, left hand. I don't use this thing for much.
Tracks through the darkness.
The arrow flies away as... Hello. Hi-yah! Okay. We'll do baseball tomorrow, I promise.
Uh-huh.
First thing in the morning.
Yeah, we'll go out and do some quick batting. So with that said, you fire away. The bolt sails from your crossbow as it leaves the trough and easily arcs forth, stabbing into the fellow's midsection. It almost punches through as it disappears up to the end of the shaft. As he shrieks out in pain, he doubles... Hang on, how much damage was it?
6.
6. He had... Oh, he is actually still alive. And he is going to stumble along, having taken another 6. It brings him up to 13 points of damage. Shrieking in pain, he continues to hobble with now a bolt as part of his anatomy. From Neffel to Vinny, as the camera pans, zooming in upon where you're situated in the background.
Now I'm gonna go try waking up Seth.
Hey, you rush in upon him, and how do you wake him?
Another slap.
All right, terrific stuff. With a quick and deft, Seth, From hawks and eagles, you suddenly soar into the sky when an asteroid from above comes down and wham! Slams into you, bringing you back to reality. Whoop, there goes gravity.
Quick, we need to get back inside.
You look upon the now forming visage of your companion who shouts this in your face. You quickly look about to take survey of the situation, seeing Mallory and Lagatha struggling to get to their feet, and the doorway leading out of here, with oddly enough, blackness on the other side. For a moment, a cold feeling in the pit of your stomach says that you are stuck here forever.
Yep. They open a doorway leading into the void.
Alright, and then I guess if I can move, I'll go towards the dark.
You watch as you stare forth at the doorway. Vincent's form appears in your view as his body carries on his legs towards the doorway in the distance.
Okay. Runs through the darkness.
What are you doing? You're right after Vinny. Seth is up.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab my bow and take my move through the door.
Okay.
Uh,
You get to your feet and run as fast as you fucking can. Overtaking Vincent easily enough for the moment as the two of you match speed soon afterwards, coming into the chamber a second later. The camera pans across to show from the side as you enter in upon, giving chase to the one drow. As he looks over his shoulder to see you appear, with Nephel's shots going wide and what? The camera then swivels about to. Oh, hi, how you doing? Easy there, easy. You can do it. It's okay.
You a brick.
Right. Swings about to. That was Seth. There is Igar.
Alright. I'm gonna try and chase after the farther one without getting within range of the closer one. Okay.
As the camera pans around to show the one in the foreground, we watch as the locomotive that is you trucks in,
Yep. Action to add
soaring
60.
towards as fast as your massive legs can carry you. As you roasted upon him, leaving a bit of a rooster tail behind, your brandished blade held high. The camera pans to show your companions here as they get to their feet and make their way towards the door. Entering in through, they look behind themselves and see nothing but darkness. And then you hear a moment later as the door shuts. As the camera swings against to show the lot of you inside the chamber, Mallory and Lagatha come in beside you guys, and the camera pulls back to watch as Lagatha will unleash a magic missile. It's gonna be 17. That's a fucking good roll, holy shit. And bam, yeah, that's gonna be it for that guy. Fuck. So, the one fellow pelted from all around as the missiles lead off of him like he was a fucking Gundam. Stab into the fellow in the distance with an effervescent explosion of energy all around him. Stabbed from all directions, he flops backwards a moment later, landing on the ground, completely lifeless, as he rolls to a halt. The book drops from his grasp, skittering to a stop in the on the pavement. As the last drow looks around for a moment, he weighs his options. Mallory
Suggest
clatters her hammer against the shield, and the drow books it, taking the long way around you. Yeah, no, he doesn't have anything else. That's about it for him. He books it as fast as his legs can carry him. From there, over to Neffel once again.
Okay. Well, may as well make use of that. Oh no, I did use it. Okay, I'm just gonna use my action to move in closer as best I can. Get a good shot for my firebolt
Right on.
for only 9 to hit. That
Okay.
ain't gonna happen.
As the bolt sails away,
I got as close as I could off my standard movement.
it nearly hits Igar as it goes
Very
over your
close.
shoulder and slams into the bricks of the wall ahead. From Neffel over to Vinny.
So 30 closer.
So I
Okay.
can see any action. I'm probably too far to hit anyone though.
Neffel rushes in as Vinny tries to sight upon something to strike upon. Noting everything is really far away, the one dude is really far away. Do you just, smoke him if you got him, or what? What's going on?
You have javelins, it's 120.
Oh yeah, that's right, you have javelins. That's arranged.
Do I?
Don't you? You might, I don't know what you have. I haven't checked your inventory.
No.
I rely on players to know their rules and for other players to spy on each other.
Haha.
It happens, people do it all the fucking
I'll
time.
just make a dash action, so double speed towards one of the
Get
closest one.
You hoof it as hard as your dwarven legs will allow you. You know what? You're going to close the distance on him.
Okay.
So that's literally 50 feet as you rush in right upon him. And that's you?
Yeah.
Seth, time to be a hero. Remember,
Yeah.
don't be a zero.
I'm gonna try to put an arrow into that guy for sure.
Alright, as you take a clear shot, appearing in the background because blocking and cinematics.
17.
Ooh. Pretty fucking good roll. Let's do some damage.
No, that's just a hit.
Yeah, I know. Let's hear the damage.
It's 12 points. Oh, wait. He's within 5 feet. Well, 19 points of damage.
Damn.
Nice work.
As the camera pans in close upon the drow, the arrow clacks in the distance as the arms of the bow propel it forward. And it would be more, to be honest. But wordlessly, he just disappears. Push! As he's blasted away from Vinny with the arrow piercing through his cranium and splitting his skull. We just see the brief moment of blood puff past the camera as he disappears, and we hear the satisfying crumbling of the body a moment later. As the camera pans against the scene, pulling back to show the rest of your companions behind you, Vinny, you look at the body sitting on the ground. The camera doesn't move, but lets it focus itself in as the lot of you slowly regroup. Oh, and Neffel falls over drunk.
Excellent. What did Neffel do?
Fell over drunk there.
Not drunk. I was just dealing with the rice.
With that said, you guys close the distance on each other, coming in as companions, compatriots, compadres, brothers in battle. The Iron Guard. The bodies on the ground, sit seeping their fluids as the camera pans against the lot of you, heaving, sweating, adrenaline subsiding, patting against the expressions on your face as you all take 400 experience.
Bing.
Well, actually, hold on. Let me calculate this for real. I will give you the exact actual XP value this session, just for a change of pace. So, oof, that's a lot. Let's get this figured. I gotta pull up a calculator. Bear with me.
Uh-huh. You know it's a lot when.
Well, while you're calculating that, that 1 HP I had left from bear form,
Yeah,
that almost made the difference.
it really
I was down
did.
to 2 health.
That's why you always let the players have it. You know, like at the end of the day, don't be a dick. You
Let
know,
him take any damage the whole time.
rules are
Oh my
rules.
God.
Rules are rules.
Now that
But-
Moves up close.
I had 5 temporary hit points when you started.
Jesus Christmas. Was that all the dudes or no? I had one more. So there we go. Divide that by 5. You ready for this? Actual XP value for the session, just for these creatures, 970 apiece. No, hold on. There's fucking 4 of you. God damn! Holy shit.
Well, we do have 2 NPCs, so might as well count it as 5.
That's true, actually. Thank you for pointing that out. So, still, 808.
I'll take it.
Cool. As soon as we rest, dang.
Are you going to rest?
Yeah!
Yeah? Okay, because I want to point out this happens. Hang on, sorry, bear with me. That's not my only one, but you know what? For the purposes of cinema, it'll work.
I'm gonna go with not a good idea.
No, I mean, you know, if you need a rest, you need a rest, right? I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we hear that, Alright. Where exactly are we from inside here?
So you guys are in the chamber of this space, and you can see through the stained glass windows as these things, one after the next, land outside the building.
So this is back in the chamber with the dial that controls which plane we're on.
You got her.
Let's switch to a different plane quickly.
Camera pans against you guys, rushing into action, rolling things over as fast as you can. The whole of the space suddenly shifts in atmosphere altogether. Before you know it, holy fuck, I fucking hate this app so goddamn much now. It used to be so fucking good.
Your
And
light app?
my light app. I will never not bitch about this. They fucked this thing so hard. Anyway.
What's the vendor?
Sorry? As the camera pans against the scene, showing the lot of you inside the chamber, everything else whisked away, disappeared to God's knows where. As it pans around to show the whole of the scene with the lot of you within. Looking about in the din of this place, with the dark atmosphere of blue light that glows in, almost comically contrasted to the red hue of the previous. You can see ripples as though water surrounds your environs. And as this passes by your consciousness for a moment, the camera fades to black.
Fucking hell.
So, as the credits roll, Judah, what'd you like? What'd you hate? What's your part? Which is the least?
It's a really fun, long combat. Not sure what else to say. I like that I feel like there was more story to it too, with having a whole group of drows talking about their queen. It's a nice addition to the whole thing.
Cool. Derek, what'd you like? What'd you hate? What's your part? Least?
There was the build up to the actual fight was great. I mean, when I tried to just walk through them and the second casting of Hold Person succeeded, I was like, oh shit, I might die here if they all attack me right now. This is a bad idea. Yeah, that's about it.
Right on.
It was good.
Right on. Jeff, what'd you like? What'd you hate? What's your part? Least?
Yeah, I would say the same. I mean, it was a conversation and a combat, so there's not a lot of things to choose from here. And the combat was the meat of it, so it was fine. It was fine.
Fair. Curtis, what'd you like? What'd you hate? What's your part? Least?
Yeah, it was a good meaty combat. Lost on some of the positioning aspects just because of the lighting and minis, but looking forward to the in-persons starting up next week. It's a good session.
So yeah, that brings us to the final point. Is next week I'm going back to doing in-person stuff, and I was hoping to have more of a wrap up for this session, but we did finish off the combat, so I'm happy about that. Long and the short, I'm keeping my Thursday game going, which is an all online crew, and so I would like to extend the invite formally to Derek and Jeff to move over to that, while Judah and Curtis obviously can continue playing Tuesdays. I'm going to be starting up in-person table side again.
Unfortunately, my work call came Sunday morning, so this was going to be my last session anyway.
Timing works out as it is. The invitation's still open to Derek, obviously, and I'm super happy to hear that for you, Jeff. Honestly, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm glad to be going back already. It's good.
What time is it on Thursdays?
It's 7 to 10 on Thursdays.
Okay. I'll look into and see what I have going on. Right now I have a different campaign that's on Thursdays.
For sure.
It might be wrapping up now that coronavirus is winding, quarantine anyway.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're welcome to jump in there. I'm thinking you'll really like it. It's a very, very story-heavy campaign in comparison to this one, which is, again, D&D is directed by Michael Bay, starring dwarves. But with that said, yeah, I had a lot of fun running the Iron Guard campaign as an online thing. And I was super happy to have everybody along, especially Jeff, who I haven't actually... up until this campaign, had never dungeon mastered before, but who has dungeon mastered and game mastered for me plenty of times in our youth. So this was very cool. Other than that, I mean, I'm sorry to shut it down, to not have to have to walk away from a campaign always sucks, no matter what the purpose, no matter what the reason. So yeah, it's bittersweet every time. But as it stands, I hope it was a satisfying experience for everyone.
Yeah,
And And yeah, it has been my esteemed pleasure to be your dungeon master, your entertainer. And if you like what you see, we stream every Tuesday and Thursday from 7 p.m. until whenever we finish. With my fantastic palette of personalities that are my players. Once again, my pleasure to be. And until next time, may your 20s always land on 20. Have a good night, everybody.
Cheers.
So